Welcome back to City Insider. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Manchester City Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. City battle Brighton to sign young star. According to reports, Manchester City are set to beat a couple of rivals in the race to sign Argentina youngster Valentin Barco from Boca Juniors. It was revealed last month that Man City are battling Brighton and Hove Albion in the race to sign the left-back. The 19-year-old is considered one of the best young fullbacks in Argentina and has already made 21 appearances for Boca Juniors. He's also been capped a couple of times at under-20 level for his country. Man City have a strong track record of signing Argentinian players, with Sergio Aguero and Pablo Zabaleta going down in history as club legends at the Etihad. Brighton's success rate in the transfer market is remarkable and they have earned huge profits on South American assets. Moises Caicedo and Alexis Mac Allister joined Chelsea and Liverpool respectively in the summer for around £150 million combined, and Julio Enciso is arguably next in line to seal a major move elsewhere. So it is promising for Man City that they are battling it out with Brighton for Barco, as you'd bet your house on him coming good in the Premier League. The Daily Star are reporting that Man City look set to beat Brighton and Serie A giants Juventus to the signing of Barco from Boca Juniors. The treble winners are said to be confident about their chances of beating Brighton and Juventus in the race to acquire Barco. The report adds, Man City predicted lineup versus West Ham. As Manchester City prepare to lock horns against West Ham United at the London Stadium on Saturday, we have tried to call their predicted lineup. With Pep Guardiola set to make a return to the sidelines, we expect him to make two changes to his side that beat Fulham 5-1 before the international break. In goal, it comes as no surprise that Ederson Moraes starts in our Manchester City predicted lineup against West Ham. At right back, Kyle Walker is expected to keep his place, especially after shining for England against Ukraine and Scotland in his latest outings. Ruben Dias has started in every game for Manchester City so far this season, and we expect the same to be the case in our predicted lineup. Nathan Ake also looks set to retain his place, but at centre-back instead of in the makeshift left-back role he was deployed in against Fulham. At left-back, Josko Gvardiol, branded as phenomenal by Mateo Kovacic, could return to the side at left-back, with Manuel Akanji dropping out of the back four. In midfield, Rodri looks set to start once again against West Ham, with Croatian newspaper Jutarnji List reporting that Mateo Kovacic could be sidelined with an ongoing back injury for about 10 days. Bernardo Silva could slot in as his replacement alongside Rodri. On paper, at least, Phil Foden will keep his place at right wing after a bright start to the season. At left wing, where Jeremy Doku eventually moved out to during his promising debut against Fulham, is where he could start from the outset against David Moyes' side. Up front, Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland are expected to keep their places in the side against West Ham. Second important player linked with exit, Manchester City could be set to lose another first-team star, with a new report claiming that he's being targeted by the same club who are also looking to sign Bernardo Silva. Over the summer, Pep Guardiola signed 4 fresh faces in the form of RB Leipzig's Josko Gvardiol, Wolves' Matheus Nunes, Rennes' Jeremy Doku and Chelsea's Mateo Kovacic, strengthening his defensive, midfield and attacking ranks, but there were also a big number of outgoings. Riyad Mahrez, Aymeric Laporte, Ilkay Gundogan and Cole Palmer were the 4 big players to leave the club on a permanent basis, whilst the hierarchy also sanctioned loan moves for the likes of Joao Cancelo and Taylor Harwood-Bellis. As per Transfermarkt, at the Etihad Stadium, Silva has been heavily linked with a move to Barcelona despite recently signing a contract extension, and another integral member of the squad that the Camp Nou outfit have now brought onto their future transfer radar is apparently Erling Haaland. The Norway international has undoubtedly been the boss standout performer since putting pen to paper from Borussia Dortmund last summer, and therefore, the striker has emerged as a target and could be following in his teammates' footsteps by swapping the Premier League for La Liga if the latest update is to be believed. According to 90 Minutes, Barcelona are maneuvering themselves to be a contender in the race for Haaland. Real Madrid have always appeared the most likely to secure his services should he leave the Etihad, but Xavi's side are now preparing to make their own move for the talisman who they view as a viable option to succeed the 35-year-old Robert Lewandowski. Guardiola's star has a €200 million, £172 million, release clause included in his contract, and whilst this can only be activated from 2025 onwards, that hasn't stopped his admirers from plotting a future swoop. Fabrizio Romano claims Bernardo has no release clause. It has been reported that Manchester City attacker Bernardo Silva does not have any club-specific release clause in his recently signed contract. This comes from Fabrizio Romano, who was speaking about the £43 million goal man's future to court offside. It seems like if Bernardo Silva does leave Manchester City after his release clause is triggered, it would not lead to him joining a specific club. Branded as unique by Pep Guardiola via Manchester City's official website, with a report claiming on Wednesday that the clause is valued £50 million, a figure that the Catalan giants could afford to pay next summer. After all, season after season, it has been heavily speculated that the Portuguese international was bound to sign for Xavi's side. Now, Fabrizio Romano has revealed that while there is a release clause in the contract signed by Bernardo Silva until 2026, it is unrelated to any single club. As has been reported, I can confirm that there is a clause in Bernardo Silva's new contract, but details are yet to be confirmed on club and player side. It's not a specific club clause, but this is something to be discussed in 2024, as Bernardo wanted to extend at City as he really wants top titles again next year, he said. Clearly, Bernardo Silva has one eye set on his next destination, as that would perhaps have been the only reason why he pushed to insert a release clause in his contract. However, the Sky Blues are easily the best team in the world, and until Pep Guardiola remains at the helm, it seems inevitable that they will win silverware galore. With Guardiola's current deal set to expire in 2025, the former AS Monaco midfielder has a chance to continue to cement his legacy and go down as an all-time great. To sacrifice what most footballers would dream of during the prime of his career would be a bizarre career decision from Bernardo Silva. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.